You're living through the greatest time in human history right now, one for the record book. Some may call it biblical moments. This is the most recent secret window from the USDebtClock.org X account. Today's date is November 24th, 2024. And ready, set, go, ladies and gentlemen, as we are entering into the golden age. New money for a new America. And what do they mean by that? Well, long story short, America is going to be the crypto capital of the world. Donald Trump has made it very clear that once he steps into office, that is going to be his number one goal. He is not lying, because the whole entire mission is to make a quantum leap, move away from this Federal Reserve note and move into a new Treasury dollar. That is the plan. In order for this plan to be successful, we must go all in on quantum technology, utilizing technologies such as blockchain and AI so that we can finally secure our financial prosperity for the foreseeable future, which will ultimately lead us to wiping out this unsustainable U.S. national debt. And I know a lot of people out there are going to be skeptical on what I'm saying, because it's kind of like a hopium dream, right? But the real reality of it is that it's going to happen. Trust me, bro. They've been telling us that this was going to be the plan, a debt jubilee. And in order for this to pull off successfully without having major disruptions in the whole entire global monetary system, because the US dollar, the Federal Reserve note, is the global reserve currency, this is where blockchain and AI technology comes in and saves the day. We have Hedera Hashgraph and Ripple, both American-made companies here in the USA, partnering up together to offer the Ripple RLUSD, also known as the Real USD. And many other American blockchain projects are all working together so that we can secure our financial prosperity here in the USA. You can also include Cardano, Constellation DAG, even Stellar Lumens is all part of this whole entire plan so that we can make the quantum leap and get to the ledger. And this time is different. It is not going to be your typical bull run cycle. No, we are going through a super cycle. We're going through currency reevaluation. We are going through suppression that is going to be uplifted, okay? The veils of gold, silver, all of these physical assets that are going to be and are being minted on these blockchain projects finally reveal their true valuation. You, my friend, are living through the greatest time in human history. I hope you're ready for what comes next, because at the end, no matter what, God wins. Ready, set, go. Know what you hold. Let's go.
Today is Sunday, November 24th, 2024. It says ready, set, go. We've got the USA Treasury dollar, or the dividend dollar, and it says new money for a new America. And in my original post, I said we're already seeing movement with XRP and XLM. It's moving slow, but it's happening now. And in an earlier decode, I explained, or I was going over Goldilocks's post, and she was saying that once the new financial system goes, that XRP and XLM would be the first to move. And we're already seeing that right now. I know we are at like a correction phase right now where it's going down, but it's still above $1. But that's just how the market goes. You know, it always goes into a correction. It never keeps going up. So you guys don't worry, but we are seeing movement. I don't even want to go over what Bitcoin's doing right now, but anyway, moving on. Now in this area right here, we see a picture of this. And what this represents is the birth of Old Glory. And the birth of Old Glory is a painting from 1908 that depicts Betsy Ross, who made this flag, the first American flag. She was showing General George Washington the first American flag. And it has the 13 stars that symbolize the original 13 colonies that declared independence from Great Britain and formed the United States of America. It also has 13 alternating red and white stripes, which similarly represent 13 original colonies. The red stripes symbolize valor and bravery, while the white signifies purity and innocence. The stars are arranged in a circle, which was meant to signify unity and equality among the colonies. You know, just pause and read. I'm not going to go over all of it. And there's more here. Pause and read. Now, it's kind of cool that I get to talk about Betsy Ross because she's actually a very distant ancestor of mine. So I think she's a great grandmother. So yeah, it's really cool to see, you know, who's related to you. If you guys ever do genealogy or look into that, you guys, there's some amazing things that you can find with that. Now I want to go back to the Ready, Set, Go. It says new money for a new America, and the US debt clock has been drilling in our head that the dollar is going to be backed by all of these assets. And all of these assets are redeemable, but there has to be a value placed on it. So all of these assets have to have a value to it. So how do you determine the value of it, of each of them? And if you put into perspective that all of these countries are all going to an asset-backed currency, they have to be very, very careful of how they value each commodity or asset. You guys, and this is taking forever, and I know everybody just wants it to flip, just happen overnight, and you guys, I mean, it's not going to happen that way. We have to be patient, and things are moving. The evidence is there, but I wanted to show you guys something that I found with one of Goldilocks's. It was a Freedom Fighters podcast that talks about the valuation process for all of these commodities. The standards will be implemented in January, and all the countries have to be compliant by the end of January. So just listen real quick, okay?
Goldilocks is sharing some information on the international valuation standards, not international revaluation standards. However, this international agency is responsible for implementing the standards across all banks, across all financial institutions, and across all businesses that have assets. This international organization is responsible for the standards being put into place for the real values and the real prices to follow and be set on assets. The standards to go into place for the real values to be placed. The organization is responsible for creating and maintaining the international valuation standards. This is for all entities, agencies, institutions to follow. Think of a guideline that they must follow. There's a global application to this, meaning a global process. These standards are used by valuation professionals all over the world to ensure consistency in the valuation or the appraisal practices across different jurisdictions.
Now, I'll post a link to the podcast because it's 21 minutes. Obviously, I can't get it all in this video, but he goes over a lot of really great information, and he's talking about oil, like valuations of oil. He talks about valuations of real estate, and, you know, all of these steps have to be thought about and implemented before these assets go to real values and where they can determine the value of a currency. So it sounds like by the end of January, everybody has to be compliant. All these countries have to be compliant under these standards. And the USA Treasury dollar, you guys, this all says 2025 starting January. And we're already seeing movement with XRP and XLM. So you guys just be patient. It's coming, and we already see the evidence. And we see the signs that it's happening, and it's happening now. And yes, it may not be happening as fast as we would like it to happen, but you guys, it's happening. And there's also something that I wanted to show you guys that I found today earlier. This post here says the golden age, which we've seen in previous dead clock messages. It says the age of Aquarius, Christ returns, kingdom of heaven on earth. And this is a sine wave diagram of long-term history, and it goes through all of the signs, right? Okay. We've got the negative here, the positive there, and it breaks it down by the years, right? And here's the Christ, it says 4 BC, where Christ was born, right, in the age of Pisces. And then here's the year 2000, and then we're into 2024, which we are in the age of Aquarius, and 2025 is the Jubilee year. And 2024 is the year that prepares for the Jubilee year. So when they say this is biblical, you guys, this is biblical, and it's going to happen 2025. We've got the 2025 USA Treasury dividend dollar, and it all has to align with biblical prophecy. And you guys, this has to happen under Trump. Trump has to be in office because Joe Biden keeps blocking stuff for this to happen. This is another freedom fighter podcast. He says Donald Trump to approve the RV laws that Joe Biden blocked. So this is why we have to wait until Trump is in office, either on inauguration day or hopefully before, but it cannot happen under Biden. So I know it's still a waiting period, you guys, but we're almost there, so just be patient. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys on this dead clock message. If I find any more information, I'll definitely keep you guys updated. So I'll see you guys on the next one.
My father